What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? It's Nick the Greek, December 10th, 2014. The reason why I'm telling everybody the date is because of this event, so I don't want everybody to get this twisted. But this video is going to be about the most efficient way on leveling fodder and mana, to be honest with you. Getting mana as well. You're going to see why in a moment, but let's go on to this first. Let's talk about the event. This event gives you bonus rainbow mons. Now, why is it such a good event? Because when you evolve a 4-star, when you evolve a 6-star monster, you get a 4-star maxed Angemon. That's every single time you do it. So you're basically saving yourself on quite a few monsters by doing this. I believe it's around 4. And some time evolving. And even with this, if you evolve a 3-star, if you evolve a 4-star into a 5-star, you get a 3-star maxed. And then if you evolve a 3-star into a 4-star, you get a 2-star maxed. So we're gonna go into the math on this and how many monsters it takes to make a 6-star. My math, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, evolving 3-star fodder, starting with 3-star fodder. To make a 6-star, you need 85 monsters. Now, that's a lot of monsters. Okay? The way I do it is you need 5-star to make a 6-star. So that's 5 monsters right there. Oh, and 86 is including the monster that you are turning into a 6-star. So you need that monster. That's 1. Plus the 5-star, that's 5. That's 6. You need 24-star. You need 4 4-star for each 5-star. So that's 20. We're at 26. To make those 24-star, you need to make those to make those 24-star, you need 63 stars. So we're at 86 right there. Now, if you're working from 2-star fodder, which I don't suggest, it's another 120. And then if you're working from 1-star fodder, it's another 240, and you're just wasting time doing it this way. So, not only did they give us this event, I think this is one of the better events that they've given anybody. And this is for noobs too, for people that are like level 15. They also gave us this event over here. They gave us the treasure chest event. Now, I haven't begun this event. I'm going to be doing this over the weekend. I think I did like 1 5-mon hell. Yeah, I did 1 5-mon hell to see if I got the points. You can do pretty much any board on hell. You can continuously do it over and over again, and you'll get these points. So for every 40 points, I believe it is, for every 40 points, you get to open up a chest. Now, from what I'm told, there is 100 energy chests, 2 times, 2 of them. 300,000 manas, 200 crystal ones, and 2 mystical scrolls, 1 and 1 mystical scrolls. Now, what you guys should be looking for is the mana and the energy while you're doing this. Why? Because you're going to be needing them to recharge a lot. The way I'm going to show you guys on how I'm going to show you guys how to use an XP booster in an efficient way, so it doesn't take you forever to make a 6-star. Now, I'm even going to tell you guys who you should 6-star first if you have these monsters. Just because sometimes people don't have the right monster to use, or maybe it's too hard for them, or they don't have the right runes. And the basic rune setups for certain monsters actually work with energy runes and blade runes, which are very easy to get. So let's move on anyway. I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and I'm going to explain to you guys a few things. So, alright, so pretty much the way I evolve things, I'm also going to show you guys how to maximize your mana doing this, because sometimes people end up finishing with their XP booster faster. So the way I do it is I take Lucian as the leader. Now, if you don't have Lucian, Rina is good too, but this is for the Lucian users. There's quite a few people that use Lucian. I take Lucian as the leader and 3 fodders. This is hell mode. And I just auto it as well. So So we're gonna time it also. We're at 5:02 right now. Let it auto. We're pretty much timing how long Lucian does it. My Lucian isn't that great. He's alright. I really don't use him for arena. I use him more for this purpose. Rocky, please. Not right now. Stop it. So, Lucian did it in less than a minute. So this is the best way to get an XP booster going. This is so that you can maximize your XP booster and get as many rounds as you can. Now I know you're going to be wasting a lot of energy and a lot of mana, but you want to make that 6-star as fast as possible. Okay? Now, another trick that I use to do this with is, because I made a 6-star already, these packs, it says daily and they're coming up like 4 times a day now ever since these new patches. I don't understand. So, another way to do this, to maximize your mana, is I just made a 6-star. So I like to take Tyron as the leader and take the new 6-star to go along, which I'm gonna awaken Lumerecia today. I got the highs for her today while I was autoing. I had most of the highs, I only needed one. So while I was autoing at work, I got one of the highs while I was sitting at my desk. So the best way to maximize it is, the newer boards have more experience that you get, but I like Faimon. It's a little easier. You can auto with monsters. So this is how I do it. I like to get mana afterwards too, and I want to max out my 6-star. Maxing out a 6-star is like, it's ridiculous, to be honest with you guys. It takes forever just to get it to level 40. I've had some 6-stars sit at like level 38, 39 for over a week. And the reason why I haven't popped the booster is I have a couple of boosters in my inbox, but I don't want to pop a booster because I'm going to do it over the weekend. I'll be honest with you guys, this event is huge for people that want to make 6-stars because it costs a lot less. So for every 4-star, you make, you get 3-star fodder. You're pretty much saving about 25% of the fodder, I believe, which is huge. I've sometimes run out of fodder and I've had to sit there and work on 2-stars to go on. So, and I have 16 6-stars, guys. And right after I do this, I'm gonna talk to you guys about who to 6-star. So, a great monster to 6-star is Rena. Now, I didn't use my Rena, but she can solo pretty much almost any board. Not past 5-on-1, but before 5-on-1, she could pretty much solo any board. There are a couple of bosses she can't solo. It'll end up being a draw because they keep healing each other and it just gets ridiculous. But Timur 3, Faimon 1, Hideni 5, and pretty much almost any board lower than that, she can solo. And she's very good at it too. My Rena has so many 6-stars on her back, it's not even funny. I 6-starred Rena first, then I 6-starred Sigmaris, then I 6-starred Praha, then I 6-starred Chloe, then I 6-starred Arnold. Then I believe my next 6-star after that was Hiwa. So she's actually the one that made me my 6-star monsters. Not only that, but a 6-star Rena with decent runes, we're talking about 4-star hit point percentage runes on slots 2, 4, and 6. She will get you to a 3 silver star rating, no matter what. We'll even talk about that now too. Now, if you get to a 3 silver star rating, Oops, sorry. If you get to a 3 silver star rating. Oh, by the way, yesterday I attacked Boo Boo, and me and Boo Boo have been going back and forth. She had a draw. She beat my defense before, then she had a draw with it. Then she beat my defense, then she attacked me again. Me and her have been going back and forth. So, anyways, that's besides the point. I refuse to be farmed. I'm going to attack her back again, by the way. So, we're going to go to the ratings, okay? So, anybody that's like a 2-star challenger or a 3-star challenger, you're getting 20 and 30 crystals a week, which sucks, okay? If you 6-star arena, I'm telling you right now, and you put decent 4-star hit point percentage runes on her, you're going to end up in the fighter status. That's an additional 70 crystals every week for doing pretty much nothing. You can have a 5-star team with a 6-star arena on your team, and she will bring you up to the 1400 status. My arena, honestly, I love her. I don't use her anymore. It's hard to use her when you get to a certain rating. And it's just, you can't, you got to stop using her sooner or later. I love my Rina though. I ended up having to take off 2 of her runes and I put them on Brienne. Brienne being the Wind Death Knight. So, Rina doesn't only help you make other 6 stars. She also she helps you in the arena as well. Rina I used her in dungeons, I used her in the arena, I used her to level fodder also. She's a utility monster. She's a very good monster. She can be used for a lot of things. A lot of people hate her with a passion. I usually tell people if you don't have a natural 5-star, you should 6-star Rina. And if you have Rina, you should work in 6-star Rina. She will improve your rating drastically, especially if you're in the 2-star challenger rating with 1,000 points. Just to go up to 3 silver stars, that's the way to go, is with Rina. Okay? The extra 70 crystals a week gives you an extra summon, and by the end of the month, you're getting an extra 280 crystals. Not only that, but you're beating better dungeons. Another tip I have to tell people, because it's a waste of energy, is if you can't beat B7 dungeons or better, don't bother to do them. To try and awaken a 4-star, and you need highs. Alright? Or even a 5-star. I don't know how some people do it. They use friend mons and they do this and they do that. I'm telling you right now, from my experience, because I must have wasted like 600 energy one day. When I first got my Phoenix, I was doing B6 water. I must have wasted like 600 energy and I got 1 water high. When you go from B6 to B7, it's a big difference, you know? And let me tell you something, the difference between B7 and B10, I don't even know what the difference is because B10s tend to troll me. I end up getting 5 lows on B10s. And I'll get 3 highs in B7s. Another trick that I tend to do is if I'm not getting lucky in B7s, I'll go to B8, and sometimes I'll go down to B5, and I'll end up getting 1 high with B5, which I'll be happy with, to be honest with you guys. But it's tough. It's tough dealing with these dungeons, especially the elemental ones that only come once a week. And another thing that I'm gonna tell you guys is, let's say you're playing the game over the weekend, because there are people I see. There's one guy I know. He's been like level 26 for I don't know, since August. I've been telling him too. He pulled the Chimera in August. He hasn't awakened it. He pulled a Fire Dragon Knight the other day, and I'm telling him, I'm like, why are you still level 26? It just drives me crazy. He's telling me I've been doing dungeons the whole time. There's no experience in dungeons. There's no point in leveling fodder in dungeons. It's just waste of energy. So I'm telling you guys from now, if you can't do B7s or better and you want to awaken a monster and you need 10 highs of any element, there is no point, absolutely no point in doing the dungeons, like, at all. Another couple of monsters that can solo things is Ramagos. Ramagos is good. I haven't 6-starred him. I'm a little iffy on 6-starring him. I've been thinking about it though, because I need another ignored defense monster and I don't have one. He can solo to lane boards on Hell. Oh, by the way, guys, Hell is the way to go. That's the best way to maximize your experience. Because you could take 3 fodders and, like Lucian or Rina is actually capable of soloing 5-on-1. The problem with 5-on-1 is sometimes you might end up failing it because it depends on how many Inugami you end up getting on that. And once they weaken her defense, it gets a little crazy. It's easy to pop her shield. So if I were you guys, I would stick to Hideni 5. With Rina, Rina can do it, absolutely. Lucian can do it, absolutely. Rocky, stop it. Rina can do it, absolutely. My dog has like a separation anxiety. Once I sit down at the desk, he just has to start whining. I don't know why. It just drives me crazy. Come on, Rocky, you're sitting over there. I have 2 dogs. There one male, one female. Thank God the female is fixed. He still tries to go for her. But anyway, that's besides the point. He's sitting there with his girlfriend. I don't understand. I don't understand why he wants to bother me. But anyways. So, what monsters to evolve? Now, we're going to go through the collection too. A lot of people tell me what should I keep, what shouldn't I keep, what should I get rid of. So, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You can work on a monster. Take it to 5-star. There's no problem with working on a monster and taking it to 5-star. You can use it as evolution fodder later on. Just don't 6-star the wrong monster. That's pretty much... that's the golden question. What monster should I 6-star? Not what monster should I 5-star. Doesn't matter who you 5-star. Okay? As long as you don't waste 6-star fodder. Okay? Because anything can be foddered at 5-star. Alright, so all the fire monsters, they're not that bad. I'll be honest with you here. I'll show you right now the highest base speed in the game is with the Fire Griffin. He has 126, I believe it is. And I was right, 126 base speed. This is thanks to a friend of mine, Skizla. He actually told me about that. So, really, the fire monsters here, this one is good. I give props to Cassandra. I like Cassandra. She has 2 AoEs. She has a couple of skills. She's good to level up to a 5-star. I want to 6-star her. I just don't see what use she has other than putting dots and everything else. Her max skilled, I have 1 5-star, so let's see what she... you know what? We don't have to check mine. The way I would do it is I want to look at her hit points and stuff like that. So 4905. I like to compare them to Rina and see how many hit points Rina has awakened as a 4-star maxed. Yeah, she's a little low, but she has a higher attack power. There's a couple of things about her. So from the fire monsters, I would 5-star pretty much Cassandra. And look, I mentioned the Fire Griffin speed. He's not that great, but he's pretty good. He has a nice little AoE that decreases your attack bar. And he decreases your speed. He's basically like the opposite of the Fire Griffin. Of the Wind Griffin, I'm sorry. So, other monsters that are good to awaken. Are good to 5-star at least. As I said, Rina is 6-star material. She's not all the way at endgame. She's not going to take you to the top 100 by herself. That's not going to happen on her back. But she will take you to the 3 silver-star rating. And the extra crystals every week and everything else that you're getting is really not so bad. And the fact that she's capable of soloing boards by herself is not bad at all. So another monster that's good to work on is Megan. Megan is what you would consider a arena killer. Now, I have Megan. My Megan used to crit on Rina, and she used to turn her bubble on. I really didn't work on Megan the correct way. I don't use her that much. It's hard to make her as fast as some people have her. Her base speed is 97. But she is a good monster. I have her at 5-star. I'd 5-star her and keep her at any time. I'd 6-star her. If I had really good runes for her, I would 6-star her. Another tip I want to give everybody, especially with your first few 6-stars, if you don't have runes for them, don't 6-star them. Rina is easy to get runes. Just farm Garen on Hell, levels 2, 4, and 6. Get 4-star hit point percentage runes. They're not that bad. Now, I'm also going to explain to you guys the difference between a 3, a 4, and a 5-star hit point percentage rune. There isn't much of a difference. The percentage-wise on the base, isn't very big. It's not a huge difference. The difference is the substats. The substats on 3 stars are horrible. The substats of 4 stars, they get better, and on 5 stars they're actually pretty good. That's the only difference. And then it's like a 3% difference on the base stat. And that's about it. So if you're stuck getting a 3-star hit point percentage rune, as long as you got something to put there, do it. Bring it up to +9. +12, maybe. I would do a 4-star with hit point percent on to +12. Why? Because, as I said, there's not much of a difference between 4-star and 5-star. I think the difference is going to be like 1 or 2%, maybe 3 at most, even when it gets maxed out. If you have a natural 5-star, this one she's good. She can solo some boards on her own. So you can use your natural 5-star over Rina. Some people have natural 5 stars. It's like okay, I have Rina, but I have a natural 5-star. Shouldn't I 6-star the natural 5-star? In some cases, yes, as long as the natural 5-star is capable of sustaining the boards. As long as the natural 5-star is able to farm with 3 fodders, you're perfectly fine on doing it. Let's go on with the wind monsters. So, the wind monsters out of the 3-star now. A good monster to 5-star, to even 6-star is Copper. I never soloed anything with Copper. I'm not sure if Copper can solo. He probably could solo Hideni 5. I don't see why not. Cecilia is pretty good. She is a Rina killer strictly, but she has no beneficial effects, so Megan is better in every way. This Epikion Priest is very underrated. She can probably solo Hideni 5. I don't have her. I have her, but I don't use her to solo anything. If you have him, he can solo Hideni 5 as a 6-star. So he's another good choice. I just prefer Rina because Rina just gives you an all-around boost. She's an all-around monster. She's not just soloing. He may not get you very far in dungeons. Rina can at least get you to some B7s. If you have a good enough resistance, she can solo B7 magic. A friend of mine had Rina with 100% resistance. I think she was soloing B8 magic and B8 fire. Those bombs tend to be a little tricky with you guys. From the light monsters, everybody likes Amon. I was blessed with healers in this game. So I really don't use Amon as much as other people do. I personally like the Inugami better. Amon is good. He's not a bad monster. His passive recovers all allies by 12% of my max HP, meaning Amon's max HP if he gets a critical hit. You got to get him at 100% crit rate. Otherwise, there's no point in having him. He is another one that gets you far in dungeons. A lot of people use him in the Trial of Ascension. I don't. One reason why I haven't worked on Amon, as I said, I was blessed with great healers like Praha. And I had Rina, and I have Chloe, and it's like, it's just too many healers. I also don't have like the greatest of attackers either. Yeah, my attackers are good. The way I work in the arena, if anybody hasn't noticed, is I tend to give some slow defeats. You know, I stun and I weaken defense and I lower the attack bar and I just keep going at it. You know, sometimes some of my fights, the ones I've recorded so far, are pretty quick, and some people still think that it takes forever. Some of my fights in the arena, some of them take a lot longer. I've fought arenas that took forever to kill, and it's just like, whoa, you know? So, Amon is a good monster for some people to work on. Tion is a good monster. And, guys, by the way, I keep getting questions on who should I work on and what this and what not. And who should I 5-star, who should I 6-star. I just told you guys that. The Water Garuda is 5-star material. He could even be 6-star material. I'm thinking about it. I still haven't gone around to it. Ramagos, once again. those are the 2 stars. Believe it or not, Shannon is 5-star material. Oh, we forgot to talk about Shannon. Shannon is the Wind Pixie. She's a great monster. She's gotten me out of some tough troubles in the Trial of Ascension. Attacks all enemies, decreasing their attack speed for 2 turns with an 80% chance on each target. That's huge. And then she gives you a buff that increases attack power and defense of all allies for 3 turns. And then attacks the enemy with an energy ball. The attack has a 50% chance of increasing the enemy's chance to land the glancing hit. That's huge. She's not that bad. She's a good monster, a buffer and debuffer for noobs. I tend to use her. I didn't use her in the beginning that much. And another monster that's worth 5-starring, but I'm going to tell you from now she's really food for her, is the Water Fairy. But the Light Fairy is actually the one that you really want. She's farmable on Mondays, on Light Day. You got to go spam a chat and find her. So pretty much the Water Fairy is food for the Light Fairy. Other than that, I wouldn't keep the Water Fairy. There's no point in having a team of fairies. Another great 3-star monster is Taru. The 3-star Awakened monster. It's a 2-star natural. Taru, you need really good runes for him to be good, but this is basically the skill. Launches an attack that penetrates the enemy's guard. This attack receives a 50% critical rate bonus. This basically means that he goes through defense. He ignores defense. I honestly thought I saw one video with him hitting 60,000. I know 30,000 he hits. He gets that. So I would work on him if you have the right runes for him. Otherwise, don't bother. Another good monster is the Light Garuda. The Light Garuda isn't that bad. People tend to dislike him, but he has a revive. He's a good monster in the beginning. He's not bad. I kept mine. I'll show you guys. Some monsters I have like an emotional tendency to keep. So, one of them would be Garrosh, the fire werewolf. I kept him. I don't know why, but I kept him. Rauk, I never really worked on him as much. I had a different team going on. But I kept him as well. I still have Tion, as you can see. I have Jolton. And yeah, you know what? A lot of people ask me what's in my storage. I tend to keep monsters I don't work on. I don't care if I didn't work on them. I still have skill fodder. I have all of that. See, I have an extra lure over here. The Water Phantom. And I tend to hoard all my monsters. I really don't want to lose them. I have a lot of Light and Dark 3 stars too. The reason why I keep my 4 stars is for fusion materials. When the Wind Valk came out, I had all of the fusion materials, which we'll go into this very briefly too. When the Wind Valk came out, I had all of the fusion materials. I had Beretta. I had an extra Beretta. I still have my Beretta I worked on. I had an extra one. I had McKean. I had an extra one. I had an extra Orang, the 9 Tails. And I just so happened to get lucky, but he's farmable. I had him sitting in the... I was about to actually fodder him, and I saw the banner where it showed the Wind Werewolf as a fusion material, so I kept him. Now, I suggest everybody fuse a Wind Valk and a Water Phoenix. They are great monsters, great 5 stars to work with. One will change your arena experience. If you have a 6-star arena and you're getting to the 3-star rank, the 3 silver stars, I'm not telling you you're going to be able to beat Rena. You can't beat Rena with Arena, but the Wind Valk will do it. She is a arena killer. She is a pure arena killer. And she will get you into Conqueror status with the right team, not by herself. It's not going to happen on her back. I'm telling you guys from now. So that's pretty much it. I think this event though is a great event, especially if you want to make a 6-star and you don't have the fodder, and pretty much the way to go is with this event to make a 6-star. I think everybody that is serious about playing the game and progressing should sit over the weekend and make one 6-star at least. And the way to maximize it, as I said, we'll do one more run, one more time, because it takes less than a minute. As I said, we will take... Sorry. We will take Lucian and 3 fodder. Lucian can do this alone over and over and over again. I rarely ever seen him fail, and if he fails, something stupid happened. Where is that fodder? So I don't have an XP booster going on right now, by the way, guys. But when you have an XP booster, it's double XP, obviously. So without the XP booster, it is 1800 experience. With the XP booster, it is 3600 experience, which is huge. Guys, it's very important to have an XP booster. And as I said, if you want to max out the 6-star fast, you take your 6-star, if it may be Rina, you take Rina and your new 6-star and you take it into 5-on-1, they will be able to do it a lot easier and you can get a lot more mana. Violent Runes sell for a lot more. I remember I used to do like 10 or 15 runs before they had this whole sell option. I remember I used to do 10 or 15 runs and sell all the Violent Runes and I'd end up with 30 or 40,000 mana. Now, or 20,000. Somewhere from 20 to 40. It depends, because it depends on what you get. By the time I was done with a booster, I would start off with 100k mana. I'd probably finish the booster with around 750, 800,000 mana. This was when I was farming with Rina. Now, it takes too long to farm 5-on-1 with Rina. The reason why I do this is because you can get as much as you can out of a booster. I end up making a 6-star from scratch in probably about 7 or 8 hours, give or take. And if I'm not paying attention to what's going on, 9 or 10. But I usually pay attention, so 7 to 8 hours to make a 6-star is really not that bad. With Rina alone, it's gonna take a day or two. I'm just telling you the reason why Rina does it, is why you're capable of doing it with Rina, is why you should make Rina your first 6-star is because she is an all-around monster. She's not just, she's in the arena, she's in the dungeons, and she can make your next 6-star team. Alright guys, have a good one. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the video.